Hello and welcome to another episode of It's All Geek to Me, the pop culture chat show where a group of friends with varying degrees of nerd knowledge get together each week to have a chat about all things geek. My name is Rich Gittins, and joining me this week, riding up shotgun next to me, it's my buddy Chris Lumb. And sat in the back seat, it's Gary and Natalie. Look at them both. Look at them. Oh, Jed Salisbury, sorry. Hey, Gary, hey up, Nat.
Gary keeps changing his name to people I know, Nat knows actually, and they're going to get offended by him. We're already offended by Gary because he's an American.
Yeah. Everything I say, usually somebody gets offended.
Well, hello to all our friends from the good old US of A. I haven't been with you guys for a little while. How are you all doing? You all right?
All right, you've not missed much.
Right.
We talked about Jurassic Park and stuff.
I've watched avidly every single week that you guys have done the show. It's been good. Yeah, it's been really good.
I never watch it when I'm not on it.
Yeah, I know. You never watch it anyway, Lummy. Do you watch it when you're on it? I don't think you do you?
No. It's done. Once it's over, it's done. Bin it.
But I'm really vain, so I just That's
on that bombshell.
Yeah, exactly. So, welcome to the show.
Did you want us to go? No, you're not.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's all right. It's fine. I deserve it. Welcome to the show, folks. If you want to leave a comment down below, feel free to do so. It's about increasing our collective nerd knowledge. So we want to hear your thoughts. Even those weird porn bots on YouTube that keep and Twitch that keep kind of messaging into the show. We especially the porn bots. We want to hear lots from the porn bots.
We're all about that. Yeah.
But what's everyone been up to? What's going on? Because there's very little news this week in terms of geek stuff, and I just wondered what everyone's been watching besides Stranger Things.
Well, we'll talk about Stranger Things, won't we? But I've got a couple of film recommendations. I actually managed to watch a couple of films. The first one is I think it's now out on download. I saw it earlier. The Phantom of the Open. This is about. Do you know what this is about?
No.
Basically, this guy was the worst golf player in history, and he entered the actual golf tournament. He flubbed his way, and he said he was a professional golfer. Maurice Flitcroft, it's called, and it's a nice film. It's a nice little film, and good. It's good.
Funny.
Yeah, funny. Yeah, worth a watch. So that's the first one.
You actually went to the cinema to see that, did you, Lummy?
Yeah. Well, it were out. It's come out. It's just come out on download now, but it was out.
Okay,
at the cinema.
cool.
Is it in the same vein as that Eddie the Eagle one?
Very similar kind of thing like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's really interesting. It was good. It was good. And he's good in it. Mark Rylance in it. He's always good. Plays a Yorkshireman, so that's nice. And the other one is the Brian and Charles. Have you heard of this one? So this is
looks like
David Earl, who plays Brian Gittins, obviously in what do you call it, Afterlife, Ricky Gervais stuff as well.
Great surname.
Yeah, it makes this robot basically. Now it's based on a short film though that's on a YouTube channel called Mr. Box, and you can watch the short film of it. It's on there for free. So, and then this is kind of like what they've done, like they do with everything that does well as a short film. They go, let's extend it and make it feature length and bells and whistles and stuff and more characters. So the good thing about it, though, you can watch the short film, which is great on its own. And this one, it's not really repeating what's in the short film. It's doing it kind of a little bit different. So you can watch both of them, is what I'm saying. So you won't ruin it if you watch the short film first before going to see it. But I recommend it. So then my recommendations. Again?
Is it based on a true story?
The golf one is, not the robot one.
Oh, okay.
I watched a film this weekend called Metalheads, and it's a brilliant little film. It came out last year. It's on Netflix. Couple of kids, high school outcasts, into their metal, and it's just about their pursuit to be metal. It's brilliant. It's a really cool coming of age sort of film. Really, really good.
Sounds
film.
like Bill and
Thoroughly
Ted.
enjoyed it.
Is that the one with Bill Murray?
Better than Bill and Ted. You what?
Is that the one with Bill Murray?
No. But I tell you, it does have. It has David Harbour in it, and the guy who plays Walt in Stranger Things as well. So yeah, it's got both of them in it. But it's a really good film. Good,
cool.
Sort of hour and a half watch.
Sounds
Enjoyed
good.
it. Get it in your face.
I mean, any fans of Dolly Parton out there? I did watch Dumpling on Netflix. I don't know if anyone's seen it. So it is about, it's a body positivity movie. Jennifer Aniston is like a pageant mum, but used to be a big pageant winner, and then now runs pageants. And her daughter, her only daughter, is sort of feels cast aside a little bit by her because she doesn't fit into the pageant mold. She's a curvy girl. She's very anti sort of pageant. And so she enters a pageant just to piss off her mum because her auntie's recently died and her auntie felt more like a mum. And she's a massive Dolly Parton fan. So that's kind of the crux of it. And she encourages a few of the people to enter the pageant to piss off her mum. But it ends up actually being really, really lovely. And there's drag queens and it makes you cry at the end. And it was really nice.
That's great.
It was just a lovely film. Yeah.
I used to be related to the president of the UK president of the the Dolly Parton fan club. And and do you remember that the hotel mum and dad used to own a hotel in Leeds, which we used to live in, and every year we'd have the convention. So
Really?
the hotel, and like so every sort of public room in the hotel would stick a TV in and a video, VHS, playing different films of hers, like over an entire weekend. It was bonkers. They used to book the whole place out. They were mad for it. They were.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Do
you know what? I keep meaning to see.
Nat, you're good there. You see, muting just as you sneeze. Like
there's a film in there.
Bless you, Natalie. Bless you.
There's a film with Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah, and I keep meaning to watch it. I think it's called Rhinestone.
That rings a bell.
Yeah,
Chris, we looked at the poster for that, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I need to have a look at that just because it's
Rhinestone. Yeah,
it sounds a bit weird.
1984.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you've got what? You got any film recommendations, Chris? Got any trailers for us or anything like that this week?
Well, we got one to watch this week. Again, it's been quite slow news week, really. Clerks 3 though, or Clarks 3 as Webb calls it.
Yeah, I still call it Clerks.
I call it Clerks. Well, I don't know where he gets his Clarks from. I'm not going to slag him off because he's not here.
Well, you can. I'm sure.
No,
you
I
can.
won't ever do that to him.
Oh, okay.
I'd never correct him because I don't know who's right. I think it's Clerks.
Is it a Sega
Gary,
thing?
I mean, is it a clerk? You'll know.
Yeah. They call it clerks here in the States.
So you wouldn't call them Clarks because Clarks is a maker shoes in the UK, innit?
Yeah.
So
let's just all agree that Webb is wrong.
But I think we do call it a shop clerk as well, as opposed to a shop clerk in this country.
Wow. Right. So that.
And before we do this, speaking of like language, sort of, Gary, I just want to why is hey Bobby, how you doing?
Hey
man?
Bobby.
Gary, I've just got a quick question. I may have asked you this before. If I have, I'm happy for this to be a regular theme of the show. Why is it in America? Why is it that you took the S from maths and you added it to Lego?
Oh yeah.
Why did that happen?
Well, I think it's because of inflation, right? Because like when you go to when you go to the store, like you can't just buy one apple. You got to buy a few, and then at the end of the day, it's going to cost you over $1. So I think that's why.
That's why you took the S off the word maths and added it to the word Lego. That adds up to me. That makes sense. Yeah, cool.
But where did the H from herbs go? Why do you say herbs?
Yes.
When there's a H on herbs.
Well, that's a question for Eddie French. Anyway, Rich, I have a question for you. What's your favorite movie to turn off?
As in to
that's
literally like you see a movie, you're like, this is shit. Bye.
I mean, there are a lot of them. Pretty much most films. To be fair.
What? Hang on. What was the question again, Yari? Let's
your
break
favorite film to turn off, to switch off.
So you switch off. You put on to turn off. What do you mean?
it's on, and you go, oh, I love turning that off. Brilliant.
Because I've asked you guys before, have you ever walked out of a movie? And I don't think any of you have. No. So I'm like, so what's your favorite movie just like that to turn off?
I accidentally walked out of what's that Brad Pitt film? Actually, yeah. Well, you took me to see it. It was one of the late night showings.
Get up and walk out of a movie theater.
I went for a wee, thinking there was a lot longer of the film left, and when I came back, the credits were going up. So
you do that in Ghostbusters as well.
Yeah, but the credits weren't going up at that point. I just really needed a wee. I've got the bladder of a 6-year-old, man. It's bad.
I'm trying to think if I've never walked out of a movie. I've come close to walking out, but usually I'll just fall asleep if I'm not enjoying the film. Because some Yorkshiremen paid me money.
What's your favourite film to switch off, Gary?
The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Oh yeah,
brilliant. Yeah. Nat is doing a very good job of being a statue there.
She's frozen.
Yeah, she has.
Oh, she's
frozen.
Frozen.
That would be my favourite film to turn off.
She thought your question was so crazy, Gary. She just.
But Rich, you have the bladder of a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the prostrate.
It's not the prostrate, Gary. It's the prostate.
Prostrate.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's because I'm lying down. That's why. Well, tonight's show took a strange turn, as always. Well done, Gary. Thank you very much.
That's left as a result of it. I mean, I don't quite get your question, because if something's on that you don't want to watch.
No, but say for example, you're flicking through the channels, Lummy, and there's a film on. Sometimes, even if it's halfway through a film, you'll be like, "Oh, I love this film. I'm going to watch the rest of the film." Quite often, there's loads of great films like that. Love
Police
those
Academy 4.
Absolutely, right. But say you're flicking through the channels, and you're like, "Oh no!"
All right,
and you're like, "Oh, that's kind of."
I've got you.
Rich, Rich, you understand me so spiritually. You understand.
No. I understood that.
yeah, he's understood you once all the time. Don't get too excited. Here we go. She's back. Right, you disappeared. Don't know what happened. Right, I've got your answer, Gary.
Yeah, you.
Go on, Nat.
No, I was just going to say you all froze like this.
Oh,
we did. Oh, yeah.
And then I couldn't.
Sure, no.
That fault. We disappeared, did we?
And then
that hilarious.
And then I couldn't press anything. I couldn't press anything.
That was our fault
I couldn't
too.
type anything.
That was my fault.
Yeah,
that was my fault.
And then I just disappeared. So, and then I sent Chris frantic messages, which remain unread. I'd like to point out.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit busy. Bit busy answering Gary's stupid question. Hang on. Right. Here we go, Gary. Here's your answer.
It's Monday night.
Police Academy 1 to 6, right? I'd keep on. If it was Mission to Moscow, Police Academy 7, it'd be straight off.
That's
your answer.
You don't like the movie at all.
It's terrible.
It is a really bad movie.
Is that the worst movie you could say you've ever seen?
No, I've seen a lot of shite.
But there's a thing. But there's a thing though. When you're so disappointed about a franchise that you love the previous 6 films of, then there's a bit of
Star Wars
taking it personally a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, number 6 wasn't great, but I still watched it and went, all right.
Which one was 6 again?
City Under Siege.
City Under Siege. And 5.
Actually, go on. I'll throw that in the mix as well. If either that or number 7 on. It's number 6 still had some cast left. You're like,
yeah.
Lost her again. What's going on, Kat?
Yeah, but that didn't make it good. It was still shit.
No, we're there. There's just a really weird delay between you, so that's totally fine.
I can hear you.
The wonders. Just joining us. This is how to run a show. Now Kermit's here.
Tell you what, Lummy. Let's stick the Clerks 3 trailer on and see if the gremlins sorted themselves out in the meantime.
Right, you ready for this?
Yes.
We'll get a copyright strike for this as well, mate.
Nah, not from Kevin Smith.
Somebody get over. That's how we did it in the 90s, son.
Can't catch my breath, man. Really? Should I try mouth stuff?
What is this, a Tinder date? Get off of me. Oh, shit.
Mr. Dante!
I need an ambulance at the quick stop.
Saved my life, man. Wish I had a life worth saving.
What are you talking about?
Sit around and watch the same movies over and over.
I always thought you could have made a cool movie.
You're right. I'm living on borrowed time. No more watching movies.
I'm gonna make a movie!
What's the movie gonna be about?
It's about him working here.
Meta.
Everything in the script is something either me or someone I know said.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Maybe Jay and Silent Bob could be characters.
Jay and Silent Bob are like C-3PO and R2-D2. They've been here since the first movie, which was the last time they were cool. But they've been with the franchise so long, they still give them cameos and put them on the lunch boxes.
Snifty Booches! Please tell me
I believe in you.
You put in that stuff you used to say about the Death Star contractors.
Get sued by Disney? No way.
Now that's what I call acting!
Take off your pants.
What the hell is this?
I added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not letting you kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel?
A sequel? What am I, a hack?
I think it needs more weed.
Okay, what do we think? What do we think?
That does not look anywhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. The Clerks franchise itself is so far removed from the first film, which is just a really intelligent, wordy, black and white shot.
Realistic.
Great indie, realistic. Yeah. Really good indie flick. But what he's done is sort of, he's very much found his identity as the films have gone on, whether you relate to it or not, or whether you enjoy it or not. But that film, that Clerks 3, just with some of the inside gags there, is made for fans of Kevin Smith.
Yeah, of course.
So that thing about killing me in the third act. Yeah. So Dante was supposed to be killed at the end of the first Clerks. Somebody was supposed to come in and shoot him, and that was supposed to be the end of it. But they cut it out and changed it. I think they've got it as like an extra scene, a cut scene.
But yeah, exactly. I'll give that a go. I mean, why not? Why not,
man?
Why
not? It seems a shame to have come all this way and then not go to, let's see where he's going with it. Did you watch the last Jay and Silent Bob one? Yes.
I didn't rate that too much.
I saw that in a different way to you and Nathan, I think. Or maybe I didn't, and you just didn't appreciate what I thought was all right. But I just thought it was very much a pastiche of itself. So it was very much laughing in on itself quite a lot. I actually quite enjoyed it. But I'm a bit of a Kevin Smith.
Well, let's talk about Kevin Smith a minute. What
Softy.
Nat's still having trouble with. Can't hear.
I can see you're just fine.
You might want to try and go out again, Nat, if you can hear me, and come back in. I don't know if
you've muted yourself, Nat. That's why.
You've
as
muted.
Well.
Can I unmute her? Yeah.
There you are.
Can you hear us?
Right now, Nat. No, just muted herself again. Have you just muted yourself, or?
Can't unmute the guests because they chose to mute themselves. Bobby Blythe, Killer Counts for Outer is the death. Yes. Killer Counts. Yeah. Some people say it's
Bobby, that's like a movie. Like you get together with your friends and just want to laugh at something dumb.
Nat's put in the private chat. I have such a delay. Yeah, we know.
I hadn't noticed. Is something wrong with
I don't know if you want to try logging out and coming back in, Nat. I don't know if that's that. I'll just go.
Maybe that didn't appreciate my sarcastic.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, I've got to say, it's not the best technical show we've ever done.
No, but we're here and we're making an. It's a thought that counts, Lummy.
It is, and we haven't given it any thought for last week. So. I've got something for you actually that I don't think I put up the other week. A bit of Lego news. Webb will like this when he sees it. New little 007 car there for you. Look at that.
That does look pretty cool, actually.
First time they've done a Bond minifigure as well. because
Really?
the big car didn't have one. So, but I think
there's never been a Bond minifigure.
No, which I
That's
think I reckon.
mental.
Now, don't quote me on this, but I reckon they're going to do a James Bond video game, a Lego James Bond, because they haven't been a Bond video game for a while, and I think it's rife for doing. They were going to do one years ago, but it was when Casino Royale started, and they said it's too violent for kids to release a Lego.
I remember that.
But
yeah.
kids' sensibilities now, I reckon it's fine.
Well, what is the next Bond film? Do we know when it's coming out?
Well, there's not going to be one for what, 3 years, I think.
Yeah,
they're saying.
yeah.
I'm just wondering whether they were going to bring them out at the same time and just maximize on the.
Well, they could do it if you had a level for every film. How many films is there?
That's 20? True. Suppose if it's a Lego one, of course, yeah,
be good.
That's true.
Yeah. Isn't the next one that's coming out James Bond and the Chocolate Factory?
No, Gary, you've been ridiculous. It's James Bond and the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah. Are you back, Nat? Can you hear us?
Natalie, hi. I see what she's doing. I could do it too.
It's not usually a problem with
I can hear you, and I have been able to hear you all perfectly.
I'm giving up.
I've literally been able to hear you all perfectly.
Shall we say goodbye to Nat?
Maybe just type what you want to say.
Bye, Nat. No, that's fair enough. If you're struggling through, no, that totally makes sense. I mean, we are a third of the way through the show, and she hasn't seen Stranger. Gary, have you seen Stranger Things? You're going to say no, haven't you? Oh, Jesus Christ, Gary, what's going on?
I've seen some of Stranger Things.
Do you not like Stranger Things?
If I really want to see something like really strange, just walk into New York City.
Hang on. So we were going to talk about Stranger Things tonight, and nobody's seen it apart from me and Rich.
Mental.
Oh, well.
Mental. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Lummy, what did you think of Stranger Things?
I liked it. Anyway, let's move on. Maybe we should wait for Stranger Things until Webb's back, because then at least he's seen it. You know.
Yeah. Well, let's go for a little brief chat about it. Otherwise, nothing to talk about. So, what did you think of the fact that in season 4 there were so many episodes that were 60 minutes plus? Did it bother you? Because it seems to have split the fan base quite a lot.
I mean, like anything that's that length, you've got to kind of keep everybody's attention, haven't you? And I mean, this was the trouble with the Obi-Wan. It was so drawn out. Speaking of which, actually, just on a little tangent, somebody's recut the series. Do you know about this?
No.
Some fans took all the Obi-Wan episodes and cut it to 2.5 hours. Apparently, it's much better.
Oh, okay.
Wise and everything, which is
I'll
interesting.
be interested watching that because I stopped watching episode 4.
Right. Okay. But I don't know if it were too long. It kept my attention. I will say that. And sometimes when stuff's so long, you think, oh, come on, they could have cut that out, or they could have.
All right, okay. So which bits? Because those of you who've seen it, they're split up all over the place. It's one of the reasons I'm sure Webby will talk about this next week. One of the things that he didn't like about it was that he wanted them all together. But actually, if you go through what we rewatched, me and my partner rewatched all the seasons before season 4, and they are split up. It's only season 1 that they're all together. They are split up quite a lot of it all the way through anyway. It's just geographically they're much further apart in this one. But which part of it, which location did you find the most boring? What was going on in Hawkins? What was going on in LA? What was going on in Russia?
The Russia stuff in the prison thing, I were a bit like.
Oh, really? Were you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because you watch stuff, don't you? And I think sometimes if you watch something similar recently, you kind of get a bit. And I think I'd seen some that were like that, something to do with prison things, and I thought, I don't. Yeah, and then he escapes, and he got caught again, and they were all that, and not sure. I don't know whether they should have sprung him out earlier and be done with it.
For me, I think it was the stuff with Elle. I mean, I know like she's like the central main character and stuff, but I find her the least interesting out of all of them.
Yeah, I can see why, all the stuff in the lab and all that. Yeah,
yeah, it just dragged on a little bit. Although it had to happen, she had to get her powers back. I do wonder what they're doing with number 8. Do you remember that episode, that weird tangent episode that they did in season 3? I think it was.
They made a mistake though, didn't they? With that, they said
I think they're embarrassed by that episode. Yeah,
yeah.
There was a bit of me that was wondering whether she was going to come back at some point in this season.
I reckon they thought, let's forget about it, because they've never mentioned it again, have they? Any of it?
No.
All those other people want them with powers, and that's it. They're just.
And also, now that we know that like 1 massacred everybody in those labs, how did 8 get out?
Yeah.
You know, so
they got out through the door.
Maybe. Could have done, Gary. Could have done. I think it's I really enjoyed the fact that the episodes were longer. I felt like it was just watching 9 movies about something that I absolutely loved. We watched the last episode again, like 2 nights later, and it's just epic. That scene with Eddie on the roof of the trailer playing Master of Puppets was just insane. Dustin is a wonderful character, Bobby. You're absolutely right.
Although this season, he didn't have a lot to do, did he, in this season?
He didn't. I think this season, I got to say, I do think Eddie is my MVP this season. He was very much the Bob, the character they introduced that, the characters fall in love with, really like, the audience really love, and then he gets killed off towards the end.
I mean, somebody's got to go because there's so many characters. I mean, that can be a problem with some of this stuff. There's so many things going on. I mean, at one point, I did think that. I thought there's a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of plot lines to keep up with, So
they did say that if you get a chance to watch it before we have a chat with Webby next week about it, the Stranger Things YouTube channel and viewers go and check it out. It's great. Some really good content on there. But they do an after show episode. And they've just done one that came out yesterday, I think, where they chat to the Duffer Brothers, and then they chat to the kids who play Lucas, Erica, Max, and Dustin. Right. And then they talk to the girl who plays Elle, Millie Bobby Brown, and the guy who plays Dr. Brenner. What's his name? The actor? I can't remember. It's very famous actor. Can you remember?
It's him out of Beverly Hills Cop, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Eddie Murphy?
Right. Is it right?
Eddie Murphy?
No,
it's that's exactly who it is. Yes.
It's Rice Summer, his second name. Paul. Is it Paul Rice? No, Paul Rice. It can't be that. Don't know.
It's doing my head in now. That is.
Wait a minute. We need to find this because we're not going to move on if not.
No, we're not. Matthew Modine. There we are.
Oh, I thought you meant the other guy. I thought you meant is the guy who was in there with him.
No.
Cop 2.
Oh, was he?
Hang on, he was in Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, I think.
Matthew Modine.
Paul Reiser, I was right.
Paul Reiser,
right.
Okay.
Paul Reiser.
But it's a really good episode. It's about a 28-minute video where it was just talking about things that happened in season 4, and they were saying because of the pandemic they were given so much more freedom to be able to really play with the characters. In that, for example, they knew as they were coming towards the end of the writing of the season that Eddie and Dustin were going to distract those bats, but they didn't know how. And one of the writing team was like, a D&D playing metal kid when he was at high school, and was like, why doesn't he just play Master of Puppets, like have a rock concert on the roof of the trailer? And they're like, that's a brilliant idea. And then they had to go back and write in the fact that Eddie was in a band, he had a guitar and all those sorts of things as well. So it gave them that time to really play. The pandemic did, but they were saying that they wouldn't.
I actually thought it was a bit of an homage to Bill and Ted, that in a way. I don't know. So I thought they'd put it in because of that, or like, they've done. But
quite possibly, actually, no, quite possibly as well. But they, yes, of course, yeah, he's a lovely, really lovely man in it as well. He's really, really nice. But yeah, it was. They said that they're not going to introduce any more characters into season 5, and that there is going to be a time jump, despite where they left it off, because it looked like, well, season 5 has got to start from this moment. There's a fiery hole in the middle of
unless it starts and they've kind of learned to live with the fiery hole.
Yeah, or they've all had to. Yeah, or it's died down maybe. And there's a news report or something. Because so this season was very much Nightmare on Elm Street based,
right?
Yeah, with the whole coming into your subconscious, your dreams, and all those sorts of things,
and even the Robert Englund.
Of course, absolutely. So every season seems to have an influence from an 80s genre or an 80s collection of films. I think the first one was very much Goonies and things like that. Where do you think season 5 is going to go, and what do you think the influence is going to be?
Jaws. They're heading out to sea, or time travel Back to the Future. We'll go back into the first series. Let's do it.
Brilliant.
Let's do it.
I think it's gonna be It.
All right.
Because if they're doing a time jump, the kids are going to be older. I mean, the guy who plays Jonathan looks about 30 as it is.
Yeah.
So they're
they all looked older this season, didn't they? I've got to say, obviously,
massively.
after
and the girl who plays Erica, bless her, she's like 14. It's 14 or 15. So they're gonna have this big time jump. So I'm just wondering where they're going to do this It thing. A couple of them have stayed in Hawkins. Maybe it's Lucas stayed in Hawkins. Max is still in a coma. He won't leave Hawkins because he keeps wanting to go and visit Max. Then something happens and he calls the others back. Or maybe Dustin, because he promised to Eddie that he would kind of be the D&D Dungeon Master leader and staying kind of. So I just wonder whether they're going to do an It style thing where they all come back.
What do you think they're going to do? Because that big bad's still alive, aren't they? Whatever it was called.
Vecna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he was coming back, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Which again, look at the crossover there. So the same thing with with Pennywise. Same thing.
Yeah.
It came back as a spider. The Mind Flayer is a spidery kind of thing that they're going to end up fighting. It just screams that it's going to be a sort of homage to the second part of it.
You might be right. You might be right there. Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to it. And also, they've done a lot with loads of brilliant 80s music, but it's going to be nice there's some great music in the 90s. So if they do a time jump into the sort of early mid 90s, it'd be really interesting.
Interesting.
Who's your MVP of the season? Who's your favorite character this season?
I liked the Rock dude. Thought he was good. I thought he was a good new character.
Yeah.
Mine has
yours has to be who?
Owen.
Owen. There is no one called Owen in Stranger Things.
From Jurassic World.
Yeah. I mean, he took Elle to Nevada to confront her past. And when she did that, I'm like, why couldn't he take me too? I want to go to Vegas.
They didn't actually go to Vegas. They just went to the desert, Gary, which is where the lab is.
Well, Nevada. They could have dropped me off.
I think we should let Gary tell us what happened in the entire series, his plot description, without reading off all. We could see you reading, Gary. Right, just tell us what you think.
Hey, Gary, our eyes are up here.
Yeah, man.
Our eyes up here, Gary. Oh, whoa, no, up here, Gary.
So you want the entire plot of Stranger Things.
Stop looking at the screen, Gary. Stop looking at the screen. Not around the eyes, into the eyes. Come on, Gary.
Stranger Things is about a group of kids that they're in junior high when they start.
No. We don't want the plot of what we know. We want you to tell us the plot of this last season that just happened that you've not seen.
Oh, first of all, I have seen it, and I'll tell you exactly what happens. So in this season, everyone is older. You know, we saw the kids from junior high. Now they're in their 40s, and it's them confronting all their demons. They're doing stuff with Pennywise. They're confronting Pennywise. The other one's confronting Bill Cosby. You know, they're confronting a lot of 80s terror people.
Michael Jackson. Can we have a look out a window at New York?
There's not much to see.
Yeah,
It's the buildings.
Can't you sit at a better window next time so we can have a look out on the city?
Such a crappy window to look out of, that is. It's so.
I want to see New York City, Gary.
What, Gary? What is that like? Is that a blind that you could lift up behind you?
Probably set the alarm off in the piano shop and they'll think they've been raided.
I will make a video for you guys of me walking around the city, and I'll say,
yes. I mean, you've only been doing the show for 6
OG.
months, Gary.
Can you go to the Ghostbusters location
Fire Station.
Yeah.
I mean, you're reacting to this like it's the first time we've asked you. We've asked you to do this loads.
There is the library from Spider-Man and Ghostbusters around the corner.
Is that the same library? Okay, cool.
Can you go to the trading card shop as well? That's on. It's on.
You told me about that. Yeah, they were going to charge an arm and a leg for shipping.
Yeah, you could go do a video though and show me what they've got. Yeah. Anyway, well, that's for another time.
Or you could go to Kevin Smith's Secret Stash, his comic book in Highlands in New Jersey.
I mean, I was going to go from New Jersey to what is it called? Angleberry.
Okay. Oh, Gary, where are you taking us today?
This is the weirdest episode ever. I don't know what's going on.
Weirdest. I'm really glad that this was the show I came back to. This is the night I came back. Crikey, Gary. Computer games, Lummy. What computer games have you been playing recently? Because you keep logging on, you're playing stuff. You're playing some Lego.
I finished Star Wars. I finished Skywalker Saga. I've done that.
Brilliant. So was that every single Star Wars film?
All 9 films in one game it is. But,
so it didn't have the in-between...
No, you get character packs. But I will say this, the levels should be longer on the game. It's there's a lot of free roam and all that open world. But
yeah.
The levels are so short, it's a bit like, is that it? It's a bit...
Okay. I'm not surprised they're short. They have to fit, 9 movies into one game.
Yeah, but they're like ridiculously short. Like loads of people have been complaining about it. Yeah.
I mean, the Lego games do tend to be quite long though. Levels do tend to be
well, it's noticeable in this. The levels is like 5 of them little kit things you get, but they're relatively quick to get through. It's not. But then you can spend loads of time on the actual open world, but you kind of think if they'd have done half and half, it'd have been a bit of a better balance. Because it's just mission based on the worlds, and you're like, it's taking ages to do this, but why didn't you put some of this time into the levels? Very odd when they did such a good one with the complete saga as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit like,
what about Miss Marvel? You've been watching that on Disney?
I've not seen it. I've watched. I've got a bit behind on the Disney stuff, to be honest. I watched. I've seen the first episode of Miss Marvel, and I've only seen 2 episodes of Moon Knight as well, so I need to watch end of that.
Oh wow! Oh god!
Yeah.
Okay, well, right. Okay, so what do we think of? I saw a tweet the other day, and it kind of struck a chord with me, and it was basically Marvel has lost its direction after Endgame.
I'm not surprised.
There's a lot of truth to that. I mean, I watched. So since I last did the show, I saw Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. Really disappointed.
I was as well.
I was just really like the first one was one of my favorite Marvel films.
Yeah.
But I was so disappointed, just across the board. Like, I mean, there was a couple of moments I was like, yeah, okay, cool, but. Yeah, I was really disappointed. I was glad I didn't go to see it at the cinema. Put it that way.
Do you think it was such a bad film that film went to Hawkins and killed the teenagers that mysteriously disappeared? Do you think that's what did it?
No.
That just reminded me though that Thor's out, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It came out
Friday, Thursday.
The other day. No, it came out the other day. I think. Martin went to see it and really enjoyed it.
Oh,
yeah. Martin.
He's not here now. I need to
He's
go.
not here. No. No,
Must
I'd
be
like to go
good.
and see it as well.
Good.
I like to go and see it. But again, the trailer for that, I was left feeling a little underwhelmed. And people I know who've gone to see it have said, enjoyed it, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Well, I saw a few reviews. Well, they said it was like it's funny, but it's a bit too like daft in a way.
Right.
You know, it's gone a bit too far the other way now, and there's nothing.
Well, they
really...
said that they just let Taika Waititi just like have free reign and just play, and he was just doing it, just like some of the actors I've heard say, so they were like, "What's going?" And it was just him just doing whatever he wanted. So whether that's
I might not like him. He makes some interesting stuff.
I really like him. No, I really like him.
Better than half other shit that comes out.
He likes you too.
Hey,
sorry.
He likes you too.
He likes us too. Oh, that's
Yes.
nice.
That's nice.
That's nice. But no, since Endgame, what Marvel things have you enjoyed? Like, truthfully.
Since Endgame, Spider-Man. No way, no. Liked that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I really did.
Speaking of which, did you guys hear? Andrew Garfield has reportedly signed on for 3 more films, including Secret Wars.
Are you sure about that?
I've been hearing it online.
The thing is, Gary,
you tell a lot of talking eyes.
It's kind of difficult to work out when you're giving us a little nugget, a little gem of truth, or a little nugget of poop.
No, it's true. It's
true. That's it. You see, Lummy's just had to leave. He can't take it. He's just had to walk away.
I just remembered I got something this week to do with Spider-Man. I got this.
Go on.
This comic book, Spider-Man with the not ready for primetime players. You know, Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
That's
weird.
Yeah.
I've got an edition of Spider-Man from 1978, I think, in a drawer at Webby's place.
Right.
From my birthday, from when the year I was born. It's not worth anything.
It's got an advert on the back, Gary. Do you remember playing with them when you were a kid? Gliders.
Yes, I do.
What was sliders?
Gliders. So them, do you remember them paper planes you used to get in packets?
Bold little polystyrene.
Yeah.
Body. Yeah.
It is an American comic, isn't it? Because it says 35 cents something. So yeah. Well, there you go.
I enjoyed Hawkeye. I thought Hawkeye was a brilliant Christmas series. It was perfect. Came at the right time. I really enjoyed the first the first chunk of Moon Knight. I loved. Didn't end how I wanted it to.
Right.
I enjoyed WandaVision. It was different, but again, I wouldn't watch it again. And I enjoyed Loki, but I wouldn't watch it again. And it's weird because a good TV series I will watch 2 or 3 times, over a few years. Yeah, it's a weird one. They do seem to have lost their direction, or maybe they've changed their audience.
I don't know.
Changed the demographic that they're pitching for.
Yeah,
because Miss Marvel isn't aimed at us, is it? Let's face it.
Have you watched all of Miss Marvel then?
No, but funnily enough, Nathan is playing. He share screen. There's a Marvel game came out a couple of years ago, and it got absolutely panned. And he started playing. He started playing it with this kid, and you play Miss Marvel,
right,
as the main character, and he's really enjoying it. It's thoroughly enjoying it.
You know what, anything else? I was going to say I don't play a lot of games. I've got a PS4, but like you were just saying about the Star Wars one, that's the first one I've played in a while, really. But I've just started downloading again the Spider-Man one to have another go on because I never finished it. Never.
I've done the first couple of missions on that. Yeah. I got it for lockdown, but then I ended up playing games that on share play.
Have you got
online?
PS4.
PS4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you download the Uncharted thing as well? The freebie.
When was that?
There was.
I've got them all anyway. But
in the pandemic, they give some games away for free, and I just remembered today, and I've set that going again. The third Uncharted game.
Have you not played it?
I have before, but years and years ago. I think it were on.
Brilliant games. They're brilliant games. Did you watch Uncharted, the film? Yeah.
No.
Ah, man, that's a fun, silly film to watch. It's It's like watching a computer game. It is like literally like watching. It's what it says on the tin. It is a film version of a computer game. It's interesting. I really enjoyed it.
Uncharted.
You kind of go into it knowing what you can do. Yeah, they are great games. They are great.
I kind of
games.
thought that the film though looked like the game, but you think, why didn't I just play the game?
Yeah, there is that. What else are you going to show us this week, Lummy?
I've got. Sorry, I just skipped over. Love the theme tune done, Chad.
Theme tune. I can't remember what it is, but I do know. I know it feels a bit piratey.
Yo ho, yo ho! Pirate slap for me.
No, it's sort of like Assassin's Creed sort of.
I've got. I found some old Star Wars commercials, for the toys. I thought they might be fun to look at. But Gary will probably spoil it by saying, "Have you ever slept with a fish or something?"
Wookiee.
Like
that is Gary's USP.
But Ghostbusters video for next time, Gary. That's your assignment. You're on
Roving
Reporter.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's going for sure.
He's not going to do it. We know he's not going to do it. For sure. Are you close to the fire station now?
No.
Now bomb and it Statue of Liberty.
If I walk to the fire station, it would be about a half hour.
Right. Okay. All right. Set off walking. Well, no, it'll work. Right. We're going to watch this anyway. We're going to put this on. We'll see what we can stop it if you've had enough. I don't know how long it is. Here we go. You ready? This will take you back to your childhood.
From Kenner's Star Wars collection, each sold separately. Large-sized Darth Vader with his lightsaber. Princess Leia, champion of the rebel cause. With her defender, Luke Skywalker. You can swing him into action on his grappling hook. And load Chewbacca's laser crossbow. Star Wars large-size action figures. Up to 15 inches tall and ready for action. Large-size Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, each sold separately.
I'll pause a minute. I didn't remember Luke Skywalker doing the split.
Brilliant!
Look at that outfit. Luke Skywalker's dress is pornographic. Look at the size of it on there.
Brilliant. He has got a mini dress on.
It's weird.
And Uggs. Mini dress and Uggs.
It's Star Wars radio-controlled R2-D2. 2 9-volt and 2 C alkaline batteries not included.
That's awesome.
You can make R2-D2 move, beep, and flash his light by wireless radio control.
Hey, let me try.
You can make R2 move forward,
Look out, Dad!
backward, turn and beep.
Hurry, turn, Dad!
Radio-controlled R2-D2 from the Star Wars collection.
Why
by
is he making
Kenner.
that noise?
It just sounded like it were in pain.
Pod landing. Where am I?
It's the new Star Wars Land of the
That's what I say
Jawas that
every
you put
morning.
together. Action figures sold separately. You can move the action lever and make the Jawa capture R2-D2.
R2, are you all right?
Now,
What
can you
have we
imagine
done to you?
collectors doing that now with the prized possession toys, knocking them over? They'll be like,
No!
You can raise the elevator and make R2-D2 disappear into the sandcrawler.
Hang on, R2. I'm right behind you. Me too.
Kenner's new Star Wars Land of the Jawas. Action figures each sold separately.
you know fine well that some grown-up has written the dialogue for these kids to say, like, none of these kids would ever do that.
No,
It's
of
like,
course.
there should a realistic Star Wars advert surely would be somebody out in the garden burying them in soil or something, making your own thing. I don't know.
I'm right behind you.
New Star Wars radio-controlled Jawa sandcrawler.
Let's find some droids.
2 9-volt and 2 D batteries not included.
The Jawa's got the Death Star droid.
Action figures sold separately.
Up the elevator. He's in.
By radio control,
Bye-bye.
you can make the sandcrawler travel almost any direction by going forward, backward, then forward again. Star Wars radio-controlled Jawa sandcrawler.
All 3 directions, backward, forward, and forward again. Right, okay.
Brilliant.
Action figures each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Wow.
It's the new Star Wars Land Speeder.
Wow, looks like it's floating. The sand people are coming. It's up to Luke Skywalker and his land speeder to get us out.
Action figures each sold separately. The Land Speeder has a snap-open space hatch, and Star Wars action figures R2-D2 and C-3PO fit right in back.
Hurry, they're dancing. Activate spring glide wheels. The Force goes with us. Yeah.
Kenner's new Star Wars Land Speeder. Action figures each sold
I've
separately.
seen that advert before.
That's awesome.
The Luke Skywalker X-Wing Pilot from the Star Wars Action Figures collection. Each sold separately.
I'm Jawa. Want to buy a droid? Sure, what you got?
It's R5-D4 and the Power Droid.
So, trouble.
And here's Greedo, Han Solo, and Walrus Man.
You've had it now, Solo. Yeah. Greedo,
shoots
it's
first?
Ben Kenobi and his lightsaber.
Yes.
We're in trouble. Let's get out of here.
Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot, R5-B4, Greedo, and other action figures sold separately from Kenner.
Wasn't it the X-Wing Luke that was really rare?
I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
they're
I
all
seem to
rare.
remember that was a really rare one.
I love the movie accurate dialogue. Hi, I'm Jawa. One of my
Yeah, I really don't know how long this video is, but we'll.
It's the Star
Oh,
Wars
that-
Creature
oh,
Cantina that you put together. Action figures each sold separately. You can make them move on the
By the way, for
revolving discs
future
with
weeks, I've
action
got the
lever.
Empire
You
Strikes
can
Back
even
and
make them
Return of the
fall.
Jedi one.
Gotcha, Hammerhead. Got him.
This is all just Star
I told
Wars.
you not to follow me, Greedo. You owe us
Shoot
money,
him.
Han Solo. You're not going to collect this time. Wow, what a weird place.
Kenner's new Star Wars Creature Cantina. Action figures sold separately.
Brilliant.
And every
Now,
toy
from Kenner's
commercial
Star
it
Wars
shows you
collection,
how
it's
much
the
you can
Patrol
make them
Dewback.
fall.
Action figures sold separately.
Let's find the droids. Do that. Hide
There
on.
again, Gary. I didn't hear that.
Every commercial, they just emphasize how you can make them fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those fist fights that happen in Star Wars.
Imagine you're a stormtrooper on the Patrol Dewback, searching for R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Look both ways, Dewback.
By moving
I never
his
saw
tail,
that
you can
in
make
any-
Dewback's head turn left and right. You can move his legs, too.
He found us. Good work, Dewback.
The new Star Wars Patrol Dewback from the Star Wars collection. Action figures each sold separately by Kenner.
From
Oh.
Kenner Star Wars, the
Yeah, the
Empire
big
Strikes
guns.
Back collection, it's Millennium Falcon that you put together. Batteries not included.
Nice landing, Han Solo. Uh-oh, come on, Chewbacca. Stormtroopers are coming.
Action figures each sold separately.
Got him on radar. I'll fire the laser cannon.
There's even a hit.
I mean, we've been taking the piss so far, but now we get into the big stuff. I mean,
Oh no! Apart from the fact that that kid gave Chewbacca the line, "Nice landing, Han Solo."
I mean, they're not to know, are they? You know.
I wonder if this ship goes forwards, backwards, and then forwards again.
This goes up as well. They've added a play feature.
and down when they
and
drop
down.
it. Yeah,
Up, down, left, right.
hidden storage hatch.
Ready for takeoff. Jump to light speed. We're gone. On to the Death Star.
Millennium Falcon from Kenner Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately.
That's it. Empire
Here's
Strikes
the new
Back.
Star Wars Death Star space station that you put together. Action figures each sold separately.
Darth Vader's firing a laser cannon. It's been hit. He's at the loop. Take the elevator. Hurry. Now cross the light bridge. You won't escape me. Jump, Luke. Oh, no. The trash compactor.
That's the Vader impression I've ever heard in my life. You won't.
escape me,
Jump.
Trash monster. The
Luke. I am your father.
Kenner's new Star Wars Death Star space station. Action figures each sold separately.
Let's get out of here, Han Solo. Careful, Luke Skywalker.
Introducing Death Star World. 2 play sets in 1. New from Star Wars Micro Collection line. 14 die-cast figures and action poses included.
Death Star escape has an elevator and a cannon that explodes. Wow. It connects to the
Everything and every toy just
You and me,
breaks.
Ben Kenobi.
Yeah.
What's
I
this?
just love smashing everything and throwing them away.
Whoa. Run for it. Beat it.
Death Star World from Star Wars Micro Collection line.
And a big hand just comes in and smashes it.
Yeah.
It's Darth Vader.
I
Watch
bet you he's
out.
going to fall over.
And he's got a lightsaber.
It's Kenner's new Star Wars action figures, each sold separately.
I got you now, Ben Kenobi.
With R2-D2 and C-3PO. There's even Chewbacca and Han Solo.
Someone's coming, Chewie. Who's there? It's Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. Now I know the Force is with us.
Darth Vader, R2-D2, C-3PO, and other Kenner Star Wars action figures, each sold separately.
The lightsabers look
TIE
cool,
fighter
don't they?
tech. Sound battle alert.
It's Millennium Falcon. You have to put it together. And an Imperial TIE Fighter. Batteries for each not included.
Fire laser. Secure the ship. Let's get out of here.
Ships and Han Solo action figure all sold separately.
He's on my tail.
Hey, that was a good battle. Come on.
He hit an asteroid. Stop. Yeah.
Imperial TIE Fighter, Millennium Falcon, and action figure all sold separately from Kenner's Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back collection.
That guy had the shittest job ever. It was like, here's the thing, you got to build yourself, And here's another thing, no batteries. Oh, and it doesn't have any figures. Oh, and they're sold separately.
Yeah. Can't give anybody any good news.
They're built for heavy
Oh my God, yeah,
that's
that's terrible.
And each ship comes with a die-cast figure. The sky is where we belong.
Imperial TIE Fighter and X-Wing Fighter from Star Wars Micro Collection line, each sold separately, figures included, new from Kenner.
Figures included.
From Kenner's Star Wars collection, the new Darth Vader TIE Fighter.
Careful, Luke, we've got company.
X-Wing Fighter and action figures sold separately, batteries not included.
He's on our tail, Luke.
Darth Vader's TIE Fighter has flashing lights, action sound.
I like the
Luke's
R2D2
force is
again.
strong, but we've got him now. Oh, no, you don't. We've lost our solar panels.
Not the bad news, we're only halfway through this video.
Kenner's new Star Wars Darth Vader TIE Fighter. X-Wing Fighter and action figure each sold separately.
Oh, Jesus.
Darth Vader TIE Fighter on patrol. They got my solar panels.
From the Star Wars collection, batteries not included. And when you see the Star Wars movie at participating theaters, you get Kenner's cash refund booklet, good for refund coupons from 50 cents up to $2 each on 14 different Star Wars toys. Offer expires December 31st, 1979. Void where prohibited. Booklet has details. Star Wars Darth Vader TIE Fighter, new from Kenner.
It's also the music that they've chosen to use is nearly Star Warsy.
Yeah, the water
It's
got
sort of a cross between Harry Potter and Star Wars. And Police Academy.
X-Wing Fighter and the Star Wars TIE Fighter. Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
I'll get you this time, Luke. Reactivate X-Wings.
Both with flashing lights and sound.
Hey, there go the solar panels. And Darth
They're
Vader
always
got
breaking.
away. Force is with me. Luke Skywalker wins again.
Kenner's Star Wars X-Wing Fighter TIE
That's
Fighter
exactly
action
what
figures all
Mark
sold
Hamill says in the
separately.
movie.
Yeah. Then he jumps
I'm
out in
after the
space.
Death Star plans.
Kenner's Star Wars large-size action figures sold separately with movable arms and legs. C-3PO, R2D2, Han Solo and the Stormtrooper.
You'll never find the plan, Stormtrooper.
You can push R2D2's secret button to open his hidden compartment.
Plans are safe and the Stormtrooper's gone. Thanks, Han. I didn't get this medal for nothing.
Large-size Stormtrooper.
No, you did just then. 'Cause you didn't do it.
I'm sure it's a complete coincidence that they made the first black kid that we've seen on these adverts the bad guy.
What?
It's the first black kid we've seen playing with toys on these adverts, and they made him the Stormtrooper.
Really?
Yeah.
Han Solo and the Stormtrooper.
You'll never find the plan, Stormtrooper.
You can push R2D2's secret button to open his hidden compartment.
Plans are safe and the Stormtrooper's
Push the
gone.
secret button and
Thanks,
open up your
Han.
hidden
I didn't
compartment.
get this.
Unless
Anytime,
it's,
baby,
Unless
anytime.
it's crazy foresight for Force Awakens, that.
Yes, that's it. Foreshadowing. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Foreshadowing that.
Medal for nothing.
50 years.
Large-size Stormtrooper, R2D2, C-3PO, Han Solo, each sold separately from Kenner.
I need another leg.
It's Kenner's new Star Wars droid factory that you put together to make your own droids. Jawa action figures sold separately.
Hey,
I need another leg.
You can make your own droids or follow the
You were
droid
playing with
blueprint.
R2.
By switching different tops, arms, and legs, you can make hundreds of droids, up to 5 at a time. The movable crane swings parts where you need them. You can even make droids with wheels.
Gotcha.
It'll be a
A Star
real
Wars
awful bit at the end of this.
factory, Jawa action figures sold separately.
You're meant to be the
New from Kenner.
Stormtrooper.
It's the Star Wars
Oh, I have
Imperial
that.
Troop Transporter that you put together. Batteries not included.
This
Stormtrooper
vehicle was in the Mandalorian because it was a toy first. They said, "Hey, let's put that in the Mandalorian."
Do you know
Did you
it
put
goes
it
3
together?
directions?
Pardon, Gary?
It goes 3 directions. Forwards, backs, and forwards again.
Yeah.
sold
Side to
separately.
side.
What's that? It's my troop transporter. It makes 5 more sounds,
What's
too.
that?
Where are you? There's the laser cannon, stun gun, and stormtrooper.
Did he say that?
Oh, Dad.
Star Wars Imperial Troop
yeah.
Transporter. Stormtrooper sold separately. New from Kenner.
You used to say that, Gary, when you were a kid. Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
And you're playing with your toys.
Yeah.
Star Wars figures. R2D2.
Nearly at the end of the video.
Luke, and Princess Leia. They're the Star Wars early bird set of figures. These action figures are not yet available, but this Star Wars
Oh, this
early
is the
bird
biggest
certificate
one ever.
package is in
Not
storage.
available
with
till
this
you got
colorful
that
Star Wars
certificate.
picture
You
display
can get
stand.
that.
Oh,
and
God,
certificate.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
time to get a set of figures by mail. They'll be sent to you at home between
diorama
February
on the
1st
back.
and June 1st. The Star Wars Early Bird Certificate Package, new from Kenner.
From Kenner's Star Wars collection comes the Stormtrooper, the Sand People, and all 20 action figures, including new Hammerhead, Snaggletooth, and more, each sold separately. And now, Boba Fett, Star Wars villain with his laser rifle. Boba Fett is not yet available in stores, but you can get him free with 4 proofs of purchase from any Star Wars action figures. Details on specially marked packs at participating stores. Offer ends May 31st. Star Wars action figures sold separately from Kenner.
From Kenner, it's the Star Wars mini action figure collector's case. Action figures sold separately. The collector's case holds 24 Star Wars action figures, like Stormtrooper, R5-D4, and Snaggletooth. It comes with 2 plastic trays to keep them in, or you can turn the trays over and display all your figures in action poses. You can pack up Star Wars action figures and take them with you.
The Star Wars Mini Action Figure Collector's Case. Action figures each sold separately from Kenner.
It's the new Star Wars lightsaber from Kenner. Inflation required, batteries not included.
We're 11 minutes 30 into this so far.
Star Wars lightsaber.
I'm looking at the slide on it.
Switch on your Star Wars lightsabers. Close your eyes.
We've got to get to the end.
I got it. Me too.
You're like a young Luke Skywalker, isn't it?
The Force is with you.
The Star Wars lightsaber, new from Kenner. Balloons not included. It's the Star Wars X-Wing Aces target game.
Instruments check.
Do they give you anything? Balloons not included. Plastic not included.
Good shot, kid. You got him. Good score, kid.
Wall not included.
Use the Force. I'm an ace. Don't get cocky, Ace. It's
Paintings not included.
Right.
The Star Wars X-Wing Aces target game, new from Kenner's Star Wars collection.
My voice
Kenner
not
proudly
included.
presents Star Wars Electronic Battle Command, the computerized space
Finger
battle
not
game.
included.
Enemy scan on. I see you.
Battle stations.
That looks so boring.
Star Wars Electronic Battle Command has computer scanners, force units, invisible shields.
Fire!
3 levels of play, basic, intermediate, and advanced.
My TIE fighter's head.
What?
Hey, Dad, let's
That
play the
is-
basic game. You always get carried away.
Star Wars Electronic Battle Command from Kenner.
That guy was creepy. In
It's the Star Wars Electronic Laser Battle Game. Battery not included.
It's set to Sonic Speed 3.
Ready?
Go!
You can play alone or with a friend. If you hit your buttons first, you move yourself forward.
We're
Or
getting
your
told the
opponent
blatant
backwards.
trashings now, aren't we? You know,
Yeah.
stop bothering
But if you
with
jump the
figures
signal, it's a
alike.
flash ahead for the
Yeah,
other
you want
guy.
it out.
First to light up Death Star wins.
Yay, I win!
The Star Wars Electronic Laser Battle Game. It's a game with
Grumpy
lights and
Dad,
sound.
not
New from
included.
Kenner's Star Wars collection.
Oh boy, I've reached Millennium Falcon. The Force is with you.
You too can play the Space Fantasy Star Wars game Escape from Death Star. Be the first to help Luke and Leia, Han Solo, and Chewbacca escape from the garbage dump and reach the safe Rebel base. The Force can also be against you.
Back to the trash compactor.
You spin to get past TIE fighters.
I win! All right!
Escape
I
from
win.
Death Star. It comes complete with everything you see here. New from Kenner, from the Star Wars collection.
Nearly at the end.
I'm not Vader. I'll beat you to the finish. I've got Luke, R2-D2, Chewbacca, and all the good guys. I've got the
Star Wars
Force.
band.
I've got the Force.
It's the blazing power of the new Star Wars SSP van set with features like headers, mag wheels, custom grills,
No!
and space-age graphics.
Yeah! The good guys finish first. Till next time.
The Star Wars SSP van set by Kenner comes with everything here. Each van also sold separately.
Brilliant. That's it. We're done.
Brilliant.
We got through it all. And Bobby Blythe.
Those vans, Christ. They really did scrape the bottom there, didn't they?
Bobby Blythe, that's this. Any thoughts on Amazon Lord of the Rings series coming soon?
I am not looking forward to this, but I wasn't as big a fan of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I mean, I'll give it all a go. I'll give it all a watch. Of course I will. Same with Game of Thrones one, but again, you know,
who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'll watch it, but you know, Amazon. I've got Amazon Prime anyway, so it's free, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go for the good of the show. How about
exactly.
that? That. Lummy, you got any gigs coming up this week at all?
Yes, we've got a couple of comedy checkout ones that people can find on Discount Comedy Checkout Facebook page if you want to have a look.
And how about Box Office Radio?
Box Office Radio is not tonight, it's next week. So I'm going to try and do... I did Michael Kamen last week. But
nice.
I think I'm going to try and maybe do John Barry. So a lot of Bond stuff and
nice
Dances with Wolves, things like that.
Not John Barrowman.
No.
Fans of Torchwood.
I was going to plug the Edinburgh shows while we're doing.
Yes.
In Edinburgh, got a family show there. Come and see. Oh, we got the Halls of Ridiculous.
Love this poster, Lummy. It's a brilliant poster. It's really good.
Thank you.
That's great. No, it's really, really good. I wish I was going to be in Edinburgh to see you guys do your thing.
We've been doing some
Halls of Ridiculous is a great show as well.
Oh, cheers. Thanks.
And are you doing any Edinburgh previews before you go up?
Yeah, we did 2 other day. We did one yesterday, actually, last night and the night before. And we've got one on Thursday in Driffield. I think it's Driffield.
Nice.
And then we're doing a big preview as well at the Georgian Theatre. But yeah, well, all that's on the Halls of Ridiculous. If anybody wants to see any of that, Halls of Ridiculous Facebook.
Awesome. What about you, Gary? What's going on? Anything you want people to know before next week? You normally come up with something quite heartfelt at this point in the show.
Yes.
Not putting you on the spot or anything. No pressure, Gary.
Remember, it's not about how much of everything you have. It's about who you share it with.
Oh.
He does come up with really good little kind of thoughts of the week. I'm a big fan of this. I'm a subscriber.
There's a new feature, actually, we should have put on there for you. I just realised this came in email earlier. It says we can now put background music in. So we could have put some on for you while you said that. Should we try one?
That would have been lovely.
Speaking of which, I have well, this is for both of you. Have you ever when first
Are you rapping at the minute? It's Scatman Gary.
And then when you go there.
What?
I mean, I really thought somebody was mixing that. I was like, how have they managed to do this? The technology is amazing that they've actually managed to make Gary stutter with the mix. Brilliant. Well, gentlemen, it has been. I'd like to say it's been lovely hanging out with you, but it's been. But no, it's been really lovely seeing both of your faces this week.
I blame the heat tonight. It's red hot,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just beastly at the minute. But we will be back next week. Next week's going to be even hotter. Next week is 33 degrees in London.
Maybe we shouldn't have decided to do the chili eating contest that week.
That's a terrible idea. Yeah, soup day is cancelled. But we will have the whole gang back together next week. We should have the Smeat Dog General, Natalie, and Webby will have finished all his assignments. So he should be back next week, and we should be able to hit up Stranger Things in a little bit more detail, because Gary will have watched it by next week, just so that he can add
to the plot.
We'll also have Gary's New York video to look forward to.
Yes,
that'd be great. Genuinely, really want to see that, Gary. Really want to see that. That would be brilliant. All right, well, gentlemen, it's been brilliant hanging out with you both, folks. Thank you very much for watching the show. We look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place, but just a bigger group of people. Take it easy, have fun, and goodbye.